All right, this is an introduction to flat.io, also your first composition task, composing a simple melody. So you just put flat.io. Okay, it may say, you may get this screen here, and then you're just going to sign in with your School Google account. You may be prompted to put in your age if you haven't had a school account already, or if you don't have a flat.io account. And this is for students 13 and older, so just put in 13 or older, whatever your age is. And then you will probably be prompted to start a new score, but if that doesn't happen, you can just start a new score there, and we're going to call it Simple Melody. And we're just going to use the grand piano staff under the keyboards. The grand staff has the treble and the bass clef, but we're just going to use the treble clef for today, to start at least. So it'll start out with a treble clef and a bass clef in 4/4. And let's just leave it in 4/4, leave that there. And so you're just going to start out with treble clef. And we want to add measures, so we're going to go up to this measure tool and click add. If you hover over anything, it will tell you what it is, also the shortcut for it. So this is your menu up here, also the piano key. That's the instrument key. If you want to look at a piano, use a piano. You can have that down there. Switch display, zoom in. Okay. All right, so I'm going to I want to add a note now. So I'm going to add note, and I'm just going to use notes on the treble clef here. And we're going to be in the key of C, which means no sharps and no flats, which it already is. So I want you to start, for this first one, start on C. If you know where any other C's are, you can also use those ones, but a good place to start is middle C. I forgot to add the measures, I got distracted. Okay, add measures, plus sign, add 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can always add more later. Okay, back to the notes. So you can create a melody, and then you can either use for the okay, if it's still selected there and you press more than one note, it'll stack above, okay? And your best friend is Command Z. So if you make a whole bunch of mistakes, just Command Z is your best friend. And so you're going to, you can also hover over the note and then play along. And you can also change the rhythm to 8th notes, 16th notes if you want. For this exercise, avoid the 32nd and the 64th notes. Just stick with half notes, quarter notes, 8th notes, and yeah, just stick with those three. If you're really familiar with music, then you can do 16th notes, and so then you can create your melody in the treble clef. And so where was I? Okay, so all right, and if you want to listen to it, that's what this triangle over is here. If you just press the play button, it'll go for wherever that cursor is. So you want to back it up, either select the first note. If you accidentally do that when you're trying to select the first note, remember just Command Z and try again. Oops. Select the note. Okay, then we're going to play. It'll give you 4 counts, whatever the bar is. If it's a 4-count bar, it'll give you 4 clicks and then play it for you. Okay, and then stop. Okay, then you can, if you want to edit your melody, you have to select whichever note. So you decide, okay, I like the way this sounds. It skips, then goes up. That low note kind of is a big jump. So you can just use your arrows left and right and up and down. I'm going to move it to there. Okay, I like that sound a little bit better. Okay, I don't like that jump there. I want to do something in between. And that sounds a little bit weird. You can have jumps in there, but for this first melody, you want to think about making it kind of smooth so then you can listen to it. Okay, and because we're in the key of C, I started and ended on C. And that's kind of like the home. That's where you want to end and start the piece for this one. That doesn't mean in your composition later you have to do that, but for this one I want you to. If you finish that and you're happy with the sound of the melody, try in another 4 bars using a bass clef melody, starting on C. But you have to know where C is. And if you don't, you can just press one of these Cs. Line 13 is out of bounds for the bass clef. So the bass clef is for the lower notes and the treble clef is for the higher notes. So let's see if this C. Okay, that looks really high. Okay, so we're going to Command Z. We're going to try this C. But I want to go back to I want to C there and then a B. And then G. Now I want to go back more because now we're playing the lower notes. I'm going to go F, 8th notes. Okay, so you can listen to that melody. Okay, so there again, I started on C, I ended on C, and also I use patterns. If melodies are too random, it's not as doesn't sound as good to the ear. Okay, if you finish that, then keep on expanding on some of the ideas, trying to take that melody further.